Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. And Spurs drawing 1-1 away at Anfield in a game that not many expected much from. And we could be sitting here looking at it going, God, we should have had more, if I'm honest. So we're talking about the game. Going to be talking about really what comes next in a way. You know, what does this mean for Igor Tudor as well? Like, you know, he's gone to Anfield and got a point, which is a place that we've notoriously struggled with as well. So we'll talk about that. But look, firstly, obviously we go 1-0 down, and I think a lot of people are probably expecting when's the second, third, fourth, and fifth coming. You know, the capitulation is coming. You know, we only look at a few days ago, and we melted, and we didn't. I'm not saying that we played amazing in the first half, but we dug in. You know, when things weren't good, we dug in. I thought Kevin Danso was fantastic today. I think he led the back line magnificently well. You know, you've got players who are playing out of position. You know, we haven't really got the options to kind of choose from to to think we're going to be competitive. But, you know, let's be real. We're bringing Olusesi and Roswell off the bench. They're bringing Ekitike and Salah and all these guys. So I think that the players take massive credit today. You know, they've been crapped on a lot this season, and for a lot of the time, rightly so. But today you can sit there and say, for the volume of players that we had out injured, for the fact we went 1-0 down, there was never ever a chance of, well, down tools. We're going to lack some belief. They didn't do that today. I thought Matisse Tell again looks like a player who, for Thomas Frank to just crap on him at every possible turn this season, has very much shown that Thomas Frank is an absolute moron in himself. He's the only guy that looked like he had any sort of confidence really for a large part of this game, and actually looked quite dangerous, beat his man quite a lot. I thought Richarlison put in a hell of a shift, obviously scores the equaliser. The Evertonian and him kicking in there, obviously. And obviously, Spurs signing Andy Robertson helping us with a bit of an assist for Colomwani to get the ball to Richie is there as well. In all honesty, Liverpool weren't good. It was quite appalling. You know, I've watched Liverpool a lot this season, and I think at times they don't kill games off, and they probably could have in the first half killed off the game, if I'm honest, but didn't. And well, I mean, you sort of look at the stats, and I'm sorry, I'm just bringing them up now. I mean, Spurs had over twice the amount of their shots on target. You know, more corners as well. You know, I'm not really looking at possession. Spurs aren't a possession team under Igor Tudor. But in reality, they were so poor today, Liverpool. So poor. The draw is more than deserving. Absolutely more than deserving. I think, you know, actually we look at late on, and Richie obviously had a couple of chances. Obviously the first half he has the header from that corner. Probably should do a bit better, if I'm honest, but that's me being a bit of a nitpicker. We deserved that point. If I'm honest, I sit here and think, why did we not manage to get all three? I think the other thing as well is for the sheer volume players out injured. You know, your starting left backs out injured. Your two starting centre halves are out. You've got, however you may want to feel about it, Bentancur, Basuma, Gallagher, they're all out. You know, obviously you've got key attackers not fit as well. And, you know, this isn't a dig, by the way, at the players that came off the bench, because it never is a dig at the players that came off the bench. But when you look at the bench that we had, two less players than Liverpool, and two keepers as well. You know, you think we've actually got 7 subs, 2 of which are goalkeepers, and three of which are young players. So Simmons and Colomwani being what you deem your first team squad players. You know, Curtis Jones, Chiesa, Salah, Ekitike, they had Kanata on the bench, Kirkes in the bench as well. Kudos to the players that started. I thought Pape as well. Pape Matar, I thought, played a really good game. Defensively, put a shift in. looked composed on the ball. If I'm honest, I don't know why Liverpool took off Ngamoa. I don't know why they took him off. I thought Porro was struggling a little bit defensively with him. Do not know why they took him off. I know why they switched him over from the right wing, though, because he wasn't having any luck with Spence. Many attackers don't really have a lot of luck with Spence, but he had a lot of luck not a lot of luck, a lot of good moments down the left hand side, but they took him off, and I don't really get that, to be honest. I think Slot managed his way out of a win, to be honest, because I mean, he starts a game against Spurs, and he probably has rotated, thinking it's Spurs will easily get 3 points here. We'll play Gomez ahead of Kanate. We're going to rest Kirkez, even though I don't think he's been very good this season. We're going to rest Kirkez. Ngamoa is going to start. Gakpo's playing up front. We won't, risk Ekitike. And it shows you when you, in reality, in a weird way, arrogantly enough, take a game for granted. This is what happens. I mean, for Liverpool, that would have been a massive few points, by the way. They're sitting fifth now, but that would have been a massive extra couple of points had they won. They would have gone into top 4, 3 points behind Man United. They would have extended the gap to 6th by 3 points. It would have been massive for them. For Spurs, obviously, no longer level with the relegation zone. Thank you very much. Title charge is on. Just need another couple of years to probably get the points necessary for one league campaign. But it's a point that none of us probably expected. And now I think we should be looking at it with a bit of confidence, going, look, obviously in the week we play against Atletico Madrid, and we'll see what happens there. Mysterious things happen all the time in the world. Why not for Spurs? But when we look at the matches, the big ones are coming up. Forest at home, Sunderland away, Brighton at home, Wolves away. You got Leeds United at home, third last game of the season. There's still games that I'd sit here and say we should be looking at it going, we can win that game, we can win that game, sort of thing. So, look, do you know what? Absolutely buzzing with how the players stood up and fought today. Buzzing for Richie to score the goal. I know Everton fans will be absolutely thrilled for him as well. But in reality, we could have taken 3 today, if I'm honest. I think Liverpool were that kind of poor today. I mean, Mo Salah, Liverpool need to just sell him in the summer. That brother is done. He's done. I'd much rather Ngamoa play ahead of Salah now. Do that. If you want to be... that's just my attitude. Watching Liverpool over the last few weeks, that guy is wasteful, doesn't link up the play very well, doesn't work hard defensively, doesn't really offer you anything, has no right foot really, basically, at the moment, because he's so low in confidence, he hates his right foot. So, playing Ngamoa if I was Liverpool, because he looked really, really good, and they've got a real player there on their hands if they're willing to do maybe what's unpopular. I'm just saying. But look, let me know your thoughts down below on the game. Spurs not ruining your weekend. Isn't that nice for a change? Enjoy your bloody weekend, all right, you legends, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care. Peace.